welcome to the His and Her Show with Jody
and Alex Misiak.
And today we're going to talk about creating healthy habits. Now, earlier this month, we talked about setting goals, and we kind of mentioned that, you know, I wanted to do self-love practice, and it's more about doing things and having them become a habit, like brushing your teeth. Mm-hmm. So we just wanted to really take a whole episode to kind of, I know we talked a little bit about while we were goal setting, but just of how to create healthy habits.
Yeah, because that's a big one, especially around this time of year. People are like, yes, this year is the year that I'm going to lose that 10 pounds or I'm going to run that marathon or whatever it is.
So many, there's so many things, yes. And we did touch base about this a little bit in the beginning of January. But I did want to, you know, kind of come back to it.
Yeah.
And it really is about like realizing that, so bad habits, or like if you're trying to change a habit, like say like giving up smoking or, you know, eating out less, like those are, if you're going to try and create healthy habits, I would suggest that you actually focus on creating a healthy habit instead of trying to fix a bad habit. Because the thing with bad habits are you've probably been doing them forever. And the reason we call them bad habits, I don't even like the name, but like something that you don't want is something's happening in there.
Okay.
You know, like smokers, like you've done it, like who knows like what the reason was, but there's multiple, like it could be a stressor, like stress relief and different things. So it's about, in my opinion, it's about focusing on the positive habit, and hopefully whatever negative habits you don't like kind of just melt away. Because the negative habits are actually, there could be underlining reasons to be doing them. So they could take a little bit more work. So we're not really talking too much about that today. But it's just understanding that they're there and they're showing up in your life. Like, say, overeating, or, you know, like you just devour a whole tub of ice cream. That's called stress eating. Mm. And it's, or
emotional eating.
Yeah, emotional stress. It's it's the same thing. But you're right. Emotional eating, like you're eating your feelings. Mm. And to do something like that to replace it, it's like, well, what else can I do instead of like, so it's like, can I journal or go for a run or go for a walk, something away from it. But so today we're, you know, focus on the healthy habits, and the more healthy habits you create, the less you'll need to lean on the negative ones.
Yeah, I guess the less room there will be for those to exist. And even when you create healthy habits and you start changing your lifestyle, like you said, the bad habits may just melt away.
You just won't need them anymore. Yeah. Like, so say you are an emotional eater and you start going for walks or working out because you want to lose weight or whatever your reason is, you might actually realize that the working out or the walking is a stress relief, or yoga or meditating. Like any of these healthy habits that you may want to create might actually take you away from having to eat your feelings or your emotions. So, and I use that as an example only because it came to my head, like popped into my head, but it can be for anything. It really can. So, but it's being realistic as well with healthy habits. And we talked about this with goals, is you're not going to form a new habit in a day or in a week. It takes time. A lot of our negative or bad habits, or what we classify as bad habits,
they formed over a long period of time.
Long. They could be stemming back to your childhood. Mm. You know, I realized I was an emotional eater as a teenager. And like I remember I told you the story where it's like I'd be eating a bag of chips or eating out of the ice cream container, and I actually tell my sisters to get it away from me. I couldn't stop eating. I wanted to stop, and it was just filling that void because both my parents worked. And it was just, and I didn't even realize that until like last year. It was like a light bulb went off. It's like, oh. And yes, when I'm feeling down, sometimes I still would lean towards food. And then I actually started eating even healthier than I thought I was. Like, you know, I thought I was eating healthy. And then I even took it a step further. And it's like, oh, sugar wasn't running my life anymore.
That's right. Yeah.
And it was like, oh, like there's other ways to alleviate. And the other thing is, I think that helped was I've really built that loving relationship with myself. And it's really amazing when your love cup is full and you don't need outside support. Like in a way of feeling that you're loved and supported. Like I definitely feel that from you and the kids. But it's everything starts from the inside. It's an inside job to feel loved. And it was just really amazing. So getting back to the health, like the healthy habits it's just really important to realize that it does take time and not to give up. There's a lot of different numbers floating around. I think one of the biggest ones that stuck around is that it takes 21 days for a habit to form.
Okay.
So, but there's been other ones longer and shorter, like 7 days. But a big one that's really stuck for years is 21 days. So if you do something consistently for 21 days, it should become more of a habit. So, yeah. So just keep doing it every day. And so a good way of looking at if you want to create a healthy habit. I personally, again, this comes back from the goal setting, pick one thing at a time. Like I've said before, I'm the type of person that's like, I want to do it all. I want to do it all right now. Make a list of all you want to do and then just do one thing at a time, because you can overwhelm yourself if you try to create too many new habits all at once.
Yeah. Like
it's like trying to wear too many outfits like you're putting on a new outfit, like, and you're just wearing them all.
Yeah.
So take your time.
You have to give your body and your brain time to adjust to the new normal. Yeah. Right. So you can form those habits. And if you're trying to do everything, that's too much for your brain and your body to try and keep track of. So you won't form the habits at all.
Exactly. So one at a time. And
so let's pick some, or I
had another thought, but unfortunately it's gone. And it's gone. Okay.
So for, I guess a new healthy habit for me, because that'd be a good one. This might help. I hope it'll help our listeners. So a good one that I think I'm going to be doing.
You think you're going to try, or you're going to try?
I'm going to commit to doing. So that's the point, right?
Can you hold that thought, or am I going to cut you off if I do it? Okay. So another part is mind. The mind. If you don't think you can form this habit, you've already failed. I'm not going to. Or you're like, I shouldn't say the word fail. You're not going to get there. If you think like, oh, this is going to be too hard of a habit to create, this is going to be like, I can't do this habit, deep down, you're not going to form it. So anyways, it's about the mind.
Yeah, so here's a great one, right? Because we're not morning people. Still.
Even with kids.
Yeah, and our kids are morning people. Lately, our kids are sleeping in now, too.
And they're only 5 and 2.5.
Yeah, we got a 5-year-old who refuses to. He's like, no, go away. I want to go back to sleep. It's like, get up for school, kid. Anyways, so... and I've talked to some of my friends about this too, because I'm like, how do you do the things you're doing right now during your day? And they're like, well, we get up before the kids. So, given that my kids are not necessarily sleeping in, or are sleeping in and not necessarily getting up like super early, like there are definitely families out there that have kids that are like, oh, my kid was, is up at 5:30 in the morning or 6:30 in the morning. They're bouncing off the walls and they want to go somewhere, and I'm losing my mind, or then I'm up. It's like, well, we don't have that. So I need to, I will form the habit where I'm going to be going to bed earlier so that I can get up earlier, and then I can start my day a little bit before the kids get up. And then, I can feel I'll be started, I'll be more productive, and not everybody will be sleepy in the morning trying to get the kids out the door. At least one of us will be more awake and, in a better position to help our sleepy-headed kids out the door, and in a better place. So that's the healthy habit I think I'm going to create.
I honestly have that also in the back of my mind, but we haven't even reached the year mark of our son sleeping through the night. And I do have that idea where I am going to wake up before the kids. But for now, my major focus is having a full night's sleep and being okay to sleep in a little bit. So that's where I am on this adventure or journey. And eventually I will be waking up with you.
Yeah, but you've got a lot of other healthy habits that you're creating and forming as well.
But like I said, like that is something,
and that's a good one, because then I can do those kinds of. Because once I've created the habit of getting up before the kids, or getting up early and being awake, then I now have time for myself to do those kinds of self-love practices that I haven't necessarily been doing as much as I should be.
That's where, and also that's eventually down the road, I will also be doing that, though. That's where I'd like to work out, start my day with a workout instead of bringing it in later. But one of the most amazing things my naturopath said to me when we were going through the sleep-deprived state, because I'm like, oh, I should wake up before the kids to do all, X, Y, Z. And she's like, sleep is also important. So it's not like, I love that you said you want to go to bed earlier so you can wake up earlier. So you're not sacrificing your sleep. You're just shifting your sleep.
Yeah.
So that's really important too, because you don't want to take from one cup and like move it to another. So I love that you've mentioned that you're just going to shift your sleep.
Yeah, that's important. Because it's a healthy habit, not an unhealthy habit. Because that kind of thinking, it's not even sustainable. The healthy habit isn't, I'm going to work on less sleep. It's just, I'm going to shift my windows of day.
Some people do it though. So I do want to share that as well, right?
I think some people do it, but I don't know if it's a healthy habit or if it's something that they should.
We don't get to judge and
true.
say like that they shouldn't do that, or it's an unhealthy habit.
If it's working for them, if they check.
For me personally, it has to be about sleep. Like sleep is a big deal. And that's part of a healthy lifestyle, in my own personal opinion.
Yes, agreed.
So I just love that you said you're shifting that.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's a good point for creating a healthy habit. In that, are you being fair, and is it actually a healthy habit? To say that I'm just going to get up earlier, but I'm still going to stay up late, so the healthy habit is I'm going to get up earlier so I can start my day earlier. And then, I have to go a little beyond that when I'm creating the healthy habit, thinking, okay, well, what does that look like?
Yeah, how are you going to make that happen?
How am I going to make that happen, right? Just like goal setting. How am I going to make that happen? It's like, well, I'm going to go to bed earlier, right? If I was to be realistic, if I was to look at it and go, well, everything will stay the same and I'll just get up earlier. It's like, no, that's not sustainable. And then if it's not sustainable, then it's not attainable. There you go. I like that.
If it's not sustainable, it's not attainable.
I'm going to put that on a bumper sticker. It probably already is. But
awesome. I love it. So I think this is a good place to end, I think, right? Or do you have anything else to add?
No, I like that. Creating a healthy habit, and if it's not sustainable, it's not attainable. I like that. It's a good...
Yes, if you can't see yourself doing this healthy habit, 5, 10 years from now, or even 2 years from now,
need to reevaluate.
Or can you sustain this healthy habit for 2 years, kind of thing, into your lifestyle, kind of thing. Then,
yes, because it's
the same thing. And we've talked about this with diets. It has to be, and it's the lifestyle.
Yeah,
it has to. If you can keep it up, and that's why so many people gain weight plus some after a diet, like what we classify as the typical. Starve yourself kind of deal diet, not just a food diet, then,
yeah, it works against you.
Exactly. Yeah. So, yeah.
So yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Creating healthy habits is not sustainable. It's not attainable.
So kind of look at it a little bit further.
Yes. Do some real, don't just pick something out of a hat or the first thing that pops into your head, or do and then spend some time thinking about how are you going to actually make that happen.
I do actually have a side note before we do wrap this up. I'll keep this quick. Is the other thing about healthy habits, why do you want to create a healthy habit? You have to have a good why behind it. Because if you're just doing it because somebody said you should, like if we said, hey, go out today and, start meditating every morning, and that doesn't feel right to you, then it's going to be hard to create that as a habit. Mm-hmm. Like it has to be something that makes sense to you, and You have to have a why. Like for working out, to be consistent in working out, your why has to be stronger, because some days is going to suck. You're not going to want to get up, and you don't want, your why has to be huger. Actually, hold on. Your why has to be bigger than your fear. And in this case, your why has to be bigger than your butt. Like not your actual butt, but
like my butts. Yeah. My objections to what.
Exactly. So it's really about making healthy habits that suit you and your personality and your life. It doesn't, anything that we mentioned today, if it didn't feel right to you, that's not your habit that you need to create. Like, so for me right now, I don't feel like waking up earlier than you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so I'm like, that doesn't feel right to me right now. I don't want to give up my sleep in the morning, but that's what you want to do. So we all can have different habits. Yep. And it's okay. So it's really about taking time to really see what feels right to you when you create one, and figure out your why, because your why has to get you through the hard times.
Yeah. So my why is going to be so I have more time for my own self-love and self-care practices.
And hopefully you do the things that actually really light you up, so then you actually get excited to wake up in the morning so you can do them.
Yep.
That's really where it comes to. It's like, yay, I can get up because I have the house to myself. It's quiet, and you can actually you'll eventually hopefully get to that excited point where it doesn't matter if you're slightly sleepy. But that why has to be strong, because some nights the kids might be awake, or you know what I mean? Like, so it's building on that why very strong. Like, have a really strong why. Stronger than your butt.
Awesome.
Anyways, we hope you have a beautiful day.
Bye for now.